In reception, we continue to develop our understanding of division through sharing by using a number sentence. As we become familiar with using objects to solve verbal sharing problems, we will present children with a division number sentence to solve practically. The methods we use in reception include division by sharing using objects and pictorial representations. The first method we teach is using objects to share fairly between groups. Using our steps to learning, we begin by reading the number sentence aloud to identify what calculation we are solving and the amount needed. So in this instance, 6 shared between 2 or 6 divided by 2. Within a division number sentence, the first number represents how many objects we are sharing, whilst the second number represents how many groups we're sharing between. Our next step will be to look at the first number and count the amount out in objects into a straight line. So here I have 6 cubes to share. The next step is to look at the second number and count the amount out in groups. We need 2 groups. Now our next step is to fairly share the cubes between the 2 groups. As we do this, we say 1 for you, 1 for me, 1 for you, 1 for me, 1 for you, 1 for me. Once the cubes have been shared between the 2 groups, we then need to count how many cubes are in each group. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There are 3 cubes in each group. The next step is to ask, are the groups equal? Have the cubes been shared fairly? Looking into the 2 groups, yes, I have 3 cubes in my first group and 3 cubes in my second group, which makes the 2 amounts equal. For the final step to learning, we then record the equal amount into the number sentence. 6 divided by 2 equals 3. The final method taught in reception includes pictorial representations. Looking to our steps to learning to begin, we read the number sentence aloud and identify the amount being shared and how many groups we're sharing between. 4 divided by 2 equals. Our next step is to look at the first number and draw the amount in a straight line using symbols. So here I have 4 circles. Then I look to the second number to count the amount of groups needed. I need to share my 4 circles between 2. So here are my 2 groups. The next step will be to share the circles between the 2 groups. As the circles are shared, we continue to say 1 for you, 1 for me, and a circle is drawn into each group and crossed off in the line to signify that it has been shared. 1 for you, 1 for me, 1 for you, 1 for me. Once all the circles have been shared and crossed off, we must then count the amount of circles in each group. 1, 2, 1, 2. The next step is to then check that we've shared the amount fairly between the 2 groups. So as we've just counted, in the first group we have 2 circles, and in the second group we also have 2 circles, which then shows that we have the same amount. They are equal because the groups have the same amount. The final step to learning is to record the equal amount into the number sentence. 4 divided by 2 equals 2.